Good evening, friends. Today my 8th experiment of C#.NET Lab is threading and synchronization, where I need to write a program using this producer consumer in C# by using the concepts of threads and synchronization. We need to do we are supposed to do a producer thread creates messages and places them into a queue, while a consumer reads them out and displays them. We need to enqueue data into a queue, and we need to dequeue the data from the queue using producer and consumer classes. So when we come to my program, here I'm importing from the threads from system.threading class, and then here I have a class called producer consumer queue, where I'm inheriting my interface called iDisposable interface. So here I have a event handle method where I'm creating a variable called WH, and here I'm setting our auto reset event, which by default is false. It's like a event wait handle method is used for signaling. Signaling is when one thread waits until it receives notification from until the other thread. Like suppose already when the one thread is running, this event handle method allows us to wait until there is a notification from the other thread that my work is done, now you can proceed. So this event reset is by default false, because by default it is false. Once the notification has been given, it turns into true, and the thread starts working out its own work. So now I'm creating a thread called worker and a locker object called locker, which can only be read-only object. And here I have a queue called task, which is of data type strings, where I'm inputting a string data type. And here I have a class called producer consumer. Sorry, it's not a class, it's a constructor where producer consumer queue. Here I'm initializing my worker thread. Like here I'm invoking the work method through a constructor. So in here I have created a object like a thread called worker, where this work is a method which is being invoked by this particular constructor, and now I'm starting that particular method. So when the method starts, it automatically goes to here, and as my initial queue is null, and suppose if the count is greater than 0, like already there was a data, it just needs to dequeue the data, or if it is not null, we will perform the task by entering the data from the main method. Like first the main method starts of a particular thread. So here I'm inputting the data of hello, and we need to perform the thread for 10 times from 0 to 10. So it performs a thread process for 10 times, and at last it says goodbye. So once the particular thread process is over, it automatically comes to the dispose method, and it will enqueue the task to null, signal the consumer to exist, and wait for the consumer's thread to finish. This is the consumer thread called worker, and any OS resources we're taking, everything will be released, and then it will automatically exist. So here in this enqueue task method, we are allowing only one thread into a set of code. So here this locker method will allows only one thread to perform in a set of code, and here dot set will wake up the thread WH to enqueue the queue task. So here we are allowing only one thread to perform, and that one thread will take up the data by enqueuing the queue. So once we run the program, as we are given the input hello, the consumer class, it should produce the output, like it need to dequeue the output. So it says hello, and it's saying say 1, say 0, say 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, goodbye. So this is the program. Thank you.